Mauryas and Kushans, the Maurya Empire, the first Indian independent empire. They ruled from Magad. Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of this dynasty. The great ambassador Megasthenes recorded the fame of Chandragupta Maurya in Indica. This was the foreign literature gave the source of Maurya dynasty. Chandragupta Maurya minister and guide was Chanakya. Chanakya wrote Arthashastra. It described about Maurya. He also known Kautilya or Vishnugupta. The famous kings of this dynasty were Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara and Ashoka. Let's see the information about the Ashoka. He was the famous king of Maurya dynasty. He was the son of Bindusara, the important city and centers during his period. Also, we call this the major link routes. Let's see the five important cities. First one, Patliputra, capital of Mauryas and important city. Takshashila, gate of northwest in India. Third one, Ujjaini, the route of north to south. Kalinga, the gateway to the sea through the river Ganga. And fifth one is Suvarnagiri, and this is the important city in Deccan region. All these areas were trade routes and were in contact with one another. Ashoka carried on the administration of his vast kingdom from different centers. All centers proclaimed and published the aspiration of the king. His aspirations were expressed through edicts. These edicts, which can be seen on rocks and pillars, have been the first ever inscriptions available to us. He engraved many inscriptions, so he was called the father of inscription. Ashoka was transformed after huge loss of life in Kalinga War. Compassion as preached by Buddha influenced Ashoka. He propagated the teachings of Buddha throughout the country by Dharma Mahamatras, Buddha principles preachers. The Ashoka views of Dharma are expressed in his edicts and it is called Ashoka Dharma. The vast development in trade and agriculture during Ashoka adopted various measures to improve agriculture. Tax concessions were also given to farmers. There were many officials to carry on the administrations of the vast empire. Permanent army system also existed. To develop the kingdom, he levied the tax, one of the important tax, that is land tax. Many officers were appointed to collect the tax. Spy, the secret informant to king, he also appointed this system. They had established control over trade and commerce by regulation, sea and land routes, and different taxes were levied on this. Let's know the Kushanas. The Kushanas who influenced Indian history and cultures after the Greeks. The special impetus or motives to spread of Mahayana sect of Buddhism by Kushana. They introduced Gandhara sculpture. This is also one of the important architecture introduced by Kushanas. Important dynasty after the Maurya dynasty. The basically Kushanas were nomadic tribal people. They are migrated to India from Central Asia. They were the progeny of Yuchi. Before the Kushanas, Sakas and Parthians had settled in northwestern part of India. Kushana defeated the Sakas and Parthians and settled in Gandhara region. Kuchala Confucius was the founder of Kushana dynasty in India. Bhima Confucius and Kanishka were the famous kings of this dynasty. Yuchi were basically tribal peoples. The Yuchi became united by Kuchala Confucius. He crossed the Hindu Kush range and settled in Kabul and Kashmir. Bhima Confucius circulated gold coins, gold and copper minted during his period. Let's see the achievement of Kanishka. He became king after Bhima Confucius. He ruled from Purushapura. Purushapura is capital. He established rule in 78 Common Era and he started new era, and this new era is called Saka era. Kanishka had spread the kingdom up to Sanchi in the south and Banaras in east. His kingdom up to central also expanded. Mathura was important town of his time. He patronized many Buddhist scholars like Nagarjuna, Ashwagosha, Vasumitra, Sangarsha and others. During his period, he conducted Buddhist conference in Kashmir, and this is the fourth Buddhist conference in India.